Welcome to today's episode of Stuff and Things. And today we're going to be talking about Facebook because we believe it is an integral part of your life. And, just as Twitter and all these other programs, but we're going to be talking about Facebook primarily.
And we're primarily going to be focusing on some of the cons of Facebook. There are those pros, finding people and keeping up with people that otherwise you wouldn't be able to easily keep up with. But we're going to be focusing mainly on the cons of Facebook.
Yeah.
There's a university called Darmstadt in Germany that says the main problem with Facebook is an envy problem.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're envious of people's bodies, their belongings, their vacations, the things they've seen or done. You just have that big problem with being envious and wanting the things that they've had or done, or the things that they are.
Yeah, you see a photo of your ex and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I leave, And it can definitely bring back, pain in some cases, and, other times, like you said, you see something that somebody has, and you're just like, well, I want that, So I think you get out of Facebook what you put into it. If you put a lot of negativity into it, that's just what you're going to get out of it, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to affect you at some point and make you a more negative person if you just negatively look at things, if you're always envious, if you're never just enjoying talking to family or friends. If you put good things into it, you'll get good things out of it. There are some people who, I don't know whether it's a lack of communication in real life or not, play the games on Facebook like it's a cult following.
Yeah.
Like the guild leaders and stuff are like, I'll kick you out if you don't donate, blah, 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 every day. And it just becomes way out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always those new Facebook games, and they're the people who will go and play all those games and have like 12 tabs open on their computer playing Facebook games.
And I'm not going to say that all I do on Facebook is productive, but I think we need to learn to manage our time more wisely on Facebook, I use Facebook every day just about, or at least I check Facebook every day, but mainly for communication, I use it mainly to see, what's Drac doing, what's he up to, or maybe, I need to send him a message or something, so that's primarily what I use it for. I try not to go into people's, Facebook specifically, because it's none of my business to know exactly what they're up to. Sometimes I'm curious, I'm like, well, what are they up to this summer, but usually I try to stay away from that because it isn't my business.
But then again, there are people who you meet them and then 30 minutes later they're on their phone looking at your Facebook. You went to Cozumel?
Yeah. What? Who are you again? And I think that can be a little bit invasive. And touching on that same subject, I believe also when you're going in for a job that your employer should not be able to look at your Facebook because they have the power to do that. They can look into your Facebook, and I think that's an invasion of privacy because it's none of their business what you were doing that summer 2006, all wasted with your buddies in a bikini, whatever. That's none of their business. So I think that I just think that's wrong. But what do you think about that?
I think it's just as fair for them to be able to look you up as it is for you to look them up. You can look up their history, you can look up the things they've done, the charities they've worked with. And you take with your Facebook, it's a public portal. It's a social public portal. So the things you put on there, you're putting out for the public to look in a social aspect. But they've also added things to Facebook where you can block certain people or only post it to friends or only post it to family or this group of people. So those things that you wouldn't want an employer to see, you can definitely kind of lock away where they can't just access it.
Just be careful what you post. Be careful where you're posting things. And Drac and I recommend that you lock your Facebook. Go to the privacy settings and just make sure that not just anybody can look at your Facebook. Unless you want people to do that. If you want people to do that, though, you have no excuse. It's your fault that people are violating your privacy, if that's what you want to call it. So just make sure to be careful when you're on Facebook, because a lot of bad things can happen, I believe. So.
Or don't post things that you don't want other people to see. That's the safest measure. Because once you put something on the internet, it's there. Forever. You can't delete it. It can be found in an archive website 20 years from now that's recorded on servers constantly.
Yeah, now you can't get a job because you were on that beach in 2006 in a bikini. So
McDonald's will hire you.
They might, unless they start looking at it. Well, they won't anymore because of the ATM, those new, well, anyways.
Anyway,
that
it all comes down to
Oh.
be careful what you post,
Mm-hmm.
and be careful who you let see those posts.
Yeah, and lock up your Facebook. Make sure that if something happens outside of your control, make sure that you did all that you could. So, and you, well, yeah.
That's it for today's episode of Stuff and Things. We'll see you next time.
On the next episode of Stuff and Things. Crap, can we do that final again? I was kind of...
Go.
We'll see you guys on the next... what are we going to say?
Go.
We'll see you guys next time on our next episode of
Stuff and Things. I don't know, too many next. We see you on the next episode of... There we go. So we will see you on the next
episode of...
We're going to say it together?
I'll say it.
Let him say. You open it. Let him close.
Okay, alright.
So we'll see you guys next time on Stuff and Things.
We'll see you guys on the next episode.
We'll see you guys on the next episode of Stuff and Things.
After that pause.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the...
We'll see you on the next episode of
Stuff and Things. Nice, dude. Okay.